Hey YouTube, I'm going to do a 4-year review on the Gravely ProTurn 160. I made a video a few months after I got it, talked about it. Now I've been using it for 4 years, it's going on the 5th year. It has 121 hours. I've serviced the hydraulic pumps. I've changed the oil 2 or 3 times in the engine. I do all that myself. I don't trust nobody else to do it. Like I said, I don't mow commercially, so this is just me mowing my yard, even though it's a commercial mower. Now the few things I've done to it, I added some non-stick, whatever you call it, sandpaper kind of stuff on the floor. I've added my grabber to pick up stuff so I don't have to mow it. It's spring loaded, these clips. That way I ain't got to get off because I'm lazy. But yeah, these knobs, you see, one of my factory knobs fell off, but I happen to have a machine shop where I work and had one of the machinists make me those. But overall, I'm very pleased with it. It's tough, it cuts really well, it don't clog up the deck. I've had a few mowers that the deck would get clogged up really bad, especially if the grass was just a little bit damp. This one doesn't clog up hardly at all. I scrape it out every now and then, but it's usually barely anything in it. It's, like I said before, it's the Kawasaki FX730V. I've changed the fuel filter, changed the spark plugs, and I'm getting old, I can't remember nothing, so as you see, I put a label on there just to remind myself. If there was anything I could change about it, I really don't have many complaints. I still haven't got fully used to driving it. I still leave some spots in my yard, but I wish I had got the 52-inch deck instead of the 60. My yard is so rough. I got some places that a 60-inch is just too wide, believe it or not. But other than that, it's been a good mower, and I hope it lasts me a long time. Like I said, this will be my 5th year mowing with it. I got my headphones here with my radio. I listen to that while I'm mowing, but I haven't had any trouble out of the mower. It's tough as nails. I did have to replace the battery, which that's normal stuff. It's 4 or 5 years old now, so I guess I can't complain about that. And it was fairly easy to do. The tanks, I switched the tanks. When I mow, it's manual. You have to switch them. I'll change them from left to right. And I can tell when one of the tanks is empty and one of them's full. That wheel will spin a little bit easier, it seems like. So I can tell when one of my tanks is empty. And it'll mow approximately 3 hours on each tank. So 10 gallons, 6 hours of mowing. I mean, you can't complain about that, I guess. Like I said, I don't mow commercial. I don't mow all day, every day. I mow once a week. Try to mow once every 2 weeks. I'm mowing about 3.5 acres. My yard's rough. It's a night in jail, and it'll bounce you. And I do strongly still recommend the suspension seat, because that's all you're going to get. Now, there's mowers out there, 0 turns with suspension. The Ferris is one, and I've heard people complain about that a lot of the bushings and stuff on the suspension are made out of plastic and they just don't hold up. I don't need none of that. This thing is built like a tank. I mean, it's a, like I said, limited lifetime warranty on the deck, 3-year warranty on everything else. Now, I've had it over 3 years. My warranty's gone, but these hydro gear pumps that are in this Gravely, that's pretty much what's in every kind of mower you can get, pretty much, just about. The Kawasaki engine, I mean, that's standard engine that you can get on any kind of mower. So I still like this American made. Gravely's been around for 100 years, 103 years to be exact. Now Aaron's bought them out, and I guess Aaron's is the parent company now. But Gravely's been around. It's a good name, and I know a name don't mean nothing, but I'm completely happy with it. I looked at just about every brand they make or they sell around where I live. You don't want to buy one where there's not a dealer around you. You won't have nobody to get parts from or service it for you if you need it, or work on it for warranty for that matter. But all in all, I strongly recommend the Gravely ProTurn 160, or 152 is what I probably should have got, but hey, I have no complaints. I mean, it's a tough mower. It mows even, it mows smooth. I bought 2 sets of blades when I got it. I keep the blades sharpened. A lot of people don't ever sharpen their blades till it's way too late. I'll switch my blades once a year, once in the middle of summer when I'm mowing, and I'll take the ones that are on there off and sharpen them and get them ready for the next time. So if you're in the market for a mower, I mean, you can't go wrong with a Gravely. And there's a lot of other mowers that are just as good. I'm not saying Gravely's the best. I'm just saying it's definitely in the league with all the other ones. There's so many people making mowers now, it's unbelievable. But I am happy with the Gravely. I don't regret the purchase. It was a lot of money. These commercial mowers ain't cheap. Now, you're gonna pay, that's for sure. But I've been told, and from studying online, that these engines are good for about 3,000 to 3,500 hours, and I won't live that long. I mean, I've done 4 years, going on 5 years of mowing. I've only put 120 hours on it. It takes me about 45 minutes to an hour to mow, I'd say 3 acres, 3.5 maybe. So if you're mowing commercially, I think the Gravely would be a useful tool. If you're mowing just for yourself, I certainly think it'll be more than adequate. And that's all I got to say pretty much. I was just going to do a follow-up on my first video. After I've used it a few years, I wanted to give a follow-up review after a few years, and I have no complaints. So if you're in the market for a Gravely ProTurn 160, I really don't think you'll be disappointed. One thing it had that the other ones that I looked at didn't was these handles. They're adjustable. You can move them up, you can move them down. If you're tall or short, it don't matter. And the base of the handle don't move, just the top. So I kind of like that feature. I don't know why. And this one, it went from, if you can see that, 1.5 to 5.5 inches. A lot of them I looked at only went to 4.5 inches. And I got some spots on my property that are really, really rough, and I'll just raise it all the way up and use it like a bush hog. And it's never bogged down. It's never gave me any reason to regret buying it. And I hope this video might have helped somebody that's in the market for a mower. But if there's a Gravely dealer near you and you're in the market for a commercial mower, and they sell residential mowers too, but if you're in the market for a lawn mower, and this time of year a lot of people are, Gravely is definitely worth checking out. Thanks for watching. I guess that's about all I got.